So far, we've been looking at some tools, and now we will start using some of those tools for our topics. The first topic is an introduction to geometry. The word geometry comes from geo, meaning earth, and metry, meaning measurement. So it refers to spatial relationships and measurements. Now, recall when we work with measurements, we are working with approximate numbers, which means you need to know the use of significant digit to talk about accuracy, precision, and also be able to round off certain numbers. Some basic geometric shapes point, and you connect 2 points to get a line segment. A ray has one end point and goes to infinity on the right side or to the left side. A line goes to infinity on both sides. Angle is the amount of rotation of a ray about a point. So if you have two rays, angle gives you how much should I rotate, say the first one, in order to get to the second one. Now a full circle or one full rotation, we assign it a value of 360 degrees. And the angle, the convention for measuring angle is that it's always counterclockwise. Okay. All right. Now, if a full rotation is 360, a half rotation would be half of 360, which is 180. It's also called a straight angle. A quarter rotation would be half of 180, which is 90, or you can think of it as 1/4 of 360 is quarter, which is also 90. This is called a right angle. It's denoted by this box over here. So when you have a box, it just means it's 90 degrees. You don't have to write 90 degrees. When you have two lines, these two lines, which have an angle of 90 degree between them, are called perpendicular lines. Now, if the angle between the lines is less than 90 degrees, it's called an acute angle. And if the angle is more than 90 degrees but less than 180, it is called an obtuse angle. Furthermore, if two angles add up to 90 degrees, they are complementary, and if they add up to 180 degrees, they are supplementary. An example would be these two add up to 90 degrees, and these two add up to, maybe a better example would be these two angles add up to 180 degrees. Okay. So these are some words or some vocabulary that you need to know. Since we already start talking about angles, let's see how it is measured. So angles are measured in degrees, the symbol being degrees, 45 degrees. What if you want to measure something less than 1 degree? One way is to use decimal, for example, 0.5 degrees. Another way is we can use something called a smaller unit, which we say minutes, and the symbol is just this one apostrophe. So example, 30 minutes. So what does a smaller unit mean? Take the analogy of money. $1 is 100 cents. In this case, we say that the cents is a smaller or a finer unit, which means instead of $0.5, I can say 50 cents. Now it's a smaller unit because if I take 1 cent, it's definitely less than $1. So it's a smaller unit. Now we define 1 degree to be 60 minutes. You can compare this to time, hour, minute, second. The 60 relationship holds here. How to convert fractional degrees into minutes? If 1 degree is 60 minutes, 0.5 would be 0.5 times 60, which is 30 minutes. And 0.2 would be 0.2 times 60, which is 12 minutes. Which means that in general, I can multiply by 60 to convert a fractional degree to minutes. Let's look at an example. Rewrite 42.6 in degrees and minutes. The fractional degree in 42.6 is 0.6 degree. Why? Because 42.6 equals 42 plus 0.6. 0.6 degrees would be 0.6 times 60, which is 36 minutes. So I can write 42.6 degrees as 42 degrees 36 minutes, or 42 whole degrees and 36 minutes. What about the other way around, converting minutes to fractional degrees? Now we know 60 minutes is 1 degree, so 30 minutes would be 30 over 60, which is half a degree. And for example, 42 minutes would be 42 over 60, which is 0.7 degrees. So the rule here would be you divide by 60. For example, rewrite 7 degrees 24 minutes in degrees. 24 minutes is 24 over 60 is zero point 0.4. So 7 degrees and 24 minutes is 7.4 degrees. That's it. Next, we are going to talk about some common shapes and then some of their properties.